So if you've seen the new teaser from SS Rajamouli for this Varanasi project, you know it's not really a movie trailer, it's more like a time-bending puzzle. It's this wild mix of sci-fi, mythology, and philosophy, and you know what? We're gonna break it all down for you.
Okay, so how do we even begin to make sense of this? Well, we're gonna treat this teaser like a book and go through it chapter by chapter. We'll start with an ancient ritual, jump to an eternal battle, and figure out what it all means in the grand scheme of things. All right, first things first, this is not your average preview, not at all. It's a full-on narrative puzzle, and it's intentionally jumping across thousands of years, across multiple continents, all to tell a much, much bigger story. To help us get our bearings, the teaser really grounds itself in 3 key moments. We've got a ritual in 512 CE, then we jump way back to an epic war in 7200 BCE, before finally landing right here in the present day. We're gonna hit all 3. So let's dive in where the teaser kicks off, ancient India, in one of its most sacred cities. This right here, this is the spiritual foundation for the entire story. We open on this incredibly powerful image of Hindu rishis, these wise monks, deep in a massive ceremony on the banks of the Ganga River. The year is 512 CE, and believe me, this single moment is like the starting gun for everything else that's about to happen. And you have to know, the choice of location here is everything. Varanasi isn't just some random city. In Indian philosophy, it's a sacred place where time itself is supposed to act differently. A spot where the line between birth and death just blurs into one endless cycle. This is a huge clue. Okay, so just as we're settling into this ancient spiritual vibe, bam, the story completely pivots. We leap forward in time to face this catastrophic global threat that seems to be directly tied to that ritual from thousands of years ago. And there it is, the big looming danger. We see a giant asteroid, and it has a name, Shambhavi, and it's on a collision course with Earth. This is the cosmic disaster that's hanging over the entire story. This brings up a pretty wild question, doesn't it? The teaser makes you wonder, was that ancient ritual we just saw more than just a ceremony? Was it actually an attempt to prevent this exact catastrophe? An act of protection reaching across 2,000 years of history. And the consequences are clearly global. We cut from explorers in Antarctica on the Ross Ice Shelf, digging up something ancient, all the way to the lush wilderness of Amboseli, Kenya. Yeah, this is not a local problem. This thing spans the entire planet. All right, now we get to what is maybe the most cryptic and honestly, the most visually stunning part of the entire teaser. We get introduced to this powerful and deeply complex mythological figure. So we see this enormous statue of the goddess Chinnamasta. Her name literally means she whose head is severed. To really get her, you need a pretty deep philosophical understanding, which tells you this is way more than just a cool-looking statue. The whole scene is just pure chaos, and it's layered. You've got a woman falling, someone trying to save her, and yet another ritual happening down below. The real question is, what's our hero's part in all this? Is he trying to stop a sacrifice, or is he caught up in something way more complicated? The teaser just leaves us hanging. And just when you're trying to wrap your head around that mystery, nope, the teaser yanks us thousands of years into the past for this epic battle, before finally rocketing us back to the present day for our hero's big entrance. And what a jump it is! We are suddenly way back in 7200 BCE, right in the middle of the massive war from the Ramayana, one of India's oldest sacred epics. The visuals here are just insane, especially that shot of the Tower of Monkeys. I mean, what a unique and unforgettable image. So why show us this ancient war? Well, it's making a really profound point. This whole struggle between good and evil isn't a one-time thing. It's a pattern that just keeps repeating, an eternal battle where humanity faces the same moral tests over and over again in every age. And then, finally, we land in present-day Varanasi. Our hero, Rudra, shows up, and his entrance is just packed with symbolism. He's riding a white bull, which is a symbol of truth and power. He's carrying this glowing trident, representing the cosmic powers to create, sustain, and destroy. And he's covered in ash and dust, like a storm god just arrived. It's pretty clear this is no ordinary man. Okay, We've jumped all over time, space, and mythology. So what's the big idea? What's the one thing holding all of this together? Let's bring all these different threads into focus and get to the big reveal.
The core idea of the teaser. Time isn't some straight line moving from past to future. Nope, it's a repeating cycle, a grand loop, where everything is happening all at once. The ancient past isn't really gone. It's right here, coexisting with the present and the future.
So the final question I'll leave you with is this. Are we just watching the story of a hero in a single lifetime? Or are we being introduced to something way, way bigger?